Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, everywhere in the world, and looking at the Kenyan scenario, most people are really here thinking that self-employment. Most of us tunasema kama going to work is not so ideal, ningependa kufanya biashara zangu, I want to be self-employed. But I'll tell you that at times we overrate self-employment. We overrate it because I have been lucky to live in both worlds. Employment, while it has its own challenges, utaenda job 8 to 5, dosi ya kutumia hapa na pale, but the advantage is that there are a couple of risks that are off your shoulders. And at times, when you think of being your own boss, starting your own business and being self-employed, it does not necessarily mean that you will be your own boss. Actually, it means you're going to be your own employee. Do you have the ability to manage yourself? Do you have the discipline to control yourself? You can imagine, you need to wake up early every single day, just controlling yourself. You could wake up on a Monday and choose you want to extend your weekend. And that is a problem. Because in biashara, lazima uamke every day, ujipush, ujisukume, ufanye nini. Whatever thing you're doing, either you're providing goods or services in the market, being your own boss is not a joke. And for me, that is why I don't call it being your own boss. I call it being your own employee. So employing yourself, because at the end of the day, you need to pay yourself. And you can only pay yourself as much as you have put in. So most of us at times, we find it very challenging to send ourselves. Ujitume, uende job. Ujitume, work on the deliverables that are before you. Ensuring that una chase customers, you do your own marketing, upate job yenyewe ikishaingia, uipige the best standards possible, and follow up to ensure kwamba kweli unalipwa. And I will tell you for free that employment is not necessarily a bad thing. If you get a good employer, if you got into the workforce and your employer is good, in a place that can allow you to really grow and become who you want, I think it is a good space because kuna a lot of things that you put away from yourself, a lot of pressures. Because imagine if umeenda to job, security hiyo office si yako, wewe tu ni kukaa kwa your own desk, uchape job ifike 5 or 6 whichever time inafaa mtoke, and then urudi home. But there is somebody who's worried about salaries every month. There is somebody who's worried about mtafanya job gani. At times watu wanaenda home, hata the owner of that business doesn't know what will happen tomorrow. There is somebody who's thinking through the inflation. There is somebody who's thinking about business development. There is somebody who's worried about where are we going to be tomorrow. So if you are lucky to get into employment, and then in the process you fall in the hands of a good employer, I would advise that never ever assume that job zote ni mbaya, atukujiandika job is the easiest thing. At times I have seen many people who have quit formal employment, gotten into the world of entrepreneurship, and they have failed woefully. So because it takes a lot of energy, a lot of hard work, really, for you to pull it through and make money as a business person. Si rahisi. Seeing people out here running their own private companies, seeing people run their own entrepreneurial ventures, and you assume, at nitatoka tu, I want to resign and get out here and start my own venture and it will work. I can tell you for free. Before you take that bold step, you need to think again. At times, biashara ni ngumu. And most of us, especially those of us who have low discipline in terms of controlling ourselves, we are not able to really push ourselves to do as much. We are not able to get out here, tukunje mikono ya shati na tuchafuke, tupambane kabisa. The best thing for you to do is to be employed. And the people who have been employed and they have succeeded. Because you know what? You'll have access to loans while you're employed, assuming you have a good contract. You'll be able to have access to loans. You could easily kifika jioni umeshapiga job yako umemaliza, wewe unaenda home unalala. You really don't worry about what would happen to the company tomorrow. But there is, I can assure you, in every company or organization, there is somebody somewhere who is not sleeping at all, struggling to see where are we going to be the following year. What opportunities are existing in the market? Who are our competitors? How do we maintain our competitive advantage? These are responsibilities that at times, when you're employed somewhere, you really don't struggle with. We unaenda, there is your work package there, you deliver, you get paid, you go home in peace. And so, in the event you really don't want really to push yourself to the limits, and I mean pushing yourself to the limits. You don't want to think about where the opportunity is going to come from. You don't want to think about business development. You don't want to think about the welfare of the whole team that you have. You don't want to think about the different, the taxes, for example, from government, compliance issues. Then the best space for you is being employed. And I can tell you that formal employment is not bad. At times you've fallen in the hands of the wrong employers, you've just gotten a wrong job that you're not passionate about, and then that kills your morale. It makes you start thinking that you want to get into business and you'll change your life. I'm here to tell you, I want to be honest. There are many people out here, motivational speakers, who would tell you how easy it is to start a business and succeed. How they just started with 5 shillings, 20, or 1,000 bob and succeeded. But I can tell you, it takes more than that to really succeed. You need to burn the midnight oil. You need to think strategically. You need to position yourself properly. You need to market whatever you're doing. You need to get out there and network. You need to do everything. It's not a joke. So I can tell you, as you think about terminating employment, as you think about getting out of the formal employment and getting into the world of business, it is not easy to be your own employee. At the end of the day, before you call yourself that I'm your own boss, I can assure you, it is not as easy as you think. Please go to YouTube channel Teke Teke Nation Live and subscribe. Go to YouTube channel, it is Teke Teke Nation Live and subscribe. And before you really make that decision to become your own employee, take time and reflect.